Hello, my name is Last Danoff Mitri Man, and this is my ninth ever Bold and the Beautiful episode for the episode that aired on April 26, 2023, episode 9005? Yeah, I think episode 9005. Oh, yeah, 5. I think 9005 or 6, I'm not sure, but one of the two. So getting into this episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, it was a pretty good episode. I thought it was an okay episode. Thomas was back. So Thomas has now been on for 3 days in a row, and well, if you see my channel for any length of time, you know I'm not the biggest fan of Thomas Forrester. I ain't the president of the Thomas Forrester fan club or nothing, but I guess that was okay. So getting into this episode, it starts off with Liam and Steph. Oh wait, no, it starts off with Thomas saying something. I have no idea what he was talking about. I was kind of busy doing literally anything else because anytime Thomas is on, I basically refuse to listen. So they're talking. That was fun. So Thomas is talking about something, I'm assuming, to RJ's like, no, Widge is like, RJ, you should really be a designer. And RJ's like, Dad, I don't want to do it. So Thomas is like, I don't think we need you, and I don't think he wants to do it. So clearly Thomas doesn't want RJ to be a designer because Thomas feels threatened by that. So even if you guys are keep saying what you want to say, people, about Hope and Thomas, but I don't think that's happening. Definitely, I don't think that's happening now after Widge says at the end. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So clearly Thomas is unhappy that RJ is back because RJ is gonna do the one thing Thomas hates: takes attention away from him, because no one will be focused on him. Because that's what Thomas loves. He loves to be the center of everybody's attention, good or bad, sometimes. So Liam and Steffi are talking, and I really am annoyed anytime these two people are on screen together because I sometimes think in my head, man, I remember when these two people were so happy together. 2015, 2016, and 2017 at different times. They were so happy, and I was so happy for them. And then it all went to hell when Steffi slept with Bill for absolutely no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that Hope was coming back. Which is the only reason I think Brad Bill created that storyline, honestly. Because, I mean, we spent 3 years getting Liam and Steffi back together between 2015 and 2017, and then we just randomly end it because she slept with Bill? Really? Okay. Okay, Brad. Yeah, that makes sense, Brad. But we don't need to get into that. I'll make a separate video about that. So they're just talking, and now Liam is apparently coming to the realization that maybe Thomas is not the problem. Hope's the problem. Maybe he's trying to figure out why does Hope keep bringing Thomas back into her life? Well, Liam, I have a few theories. One, I think she's going for a mental breakdown. And my other one is she's just an idiot. She's just an idiot. But apparently Liam's theory is that she's too genuine. She's too much of a nice person, which I think is more so she's too easily manipulated. Because you could just tell her something, she would believe you, or you got to be the last person to tell her something, and she would believe you. Which is not a good character trait for people to have, honestly. But what are you gonna do? So Liam and Steffi are talking, and Steffi's like, so you are not an overbearing, overprotective husband. You're just trying to do good for your wife. And I'm like, Steffi, you're coming off as a massive hypocrite here, telling Liam to trust his wife, considering when you was his wife the last time, and he kissed Sally, which he had no romantic feelings for her, absolutely none. He thought he was going to die when Bill, blew up a building, thought he was going to die, and that's when he kissed Sally. What did you do? Oh yeah, that's fine. You overreacted and slept with Bill, so stop being a hypocrite, Steffi. Why can't they bring that up? Why can't Steffi bring that up about how what she's like, well, Liam, this is still not as bad at the time I slept with your father, and Liam could be, yeah, good point. Yeah, she hasn't done that. Hope hasn't done that yet. And I think Thomas would be the second worst person for Hope to sleep with. I think Thomas would be the second worst person because if it was just some random dude, I don't think anybody would care. But anyways, other than that, they're talking, and Steffi asks, I guess a question that the Hope and Thomas fan probably loved. Liam, do you think Hope has feelings for Thomas? And Liam's like, no, I don't think so. Which is interesting that he said, no, I don't think so. Could that be setting up Liam to leave? Just like leave? Because I know I came up with that theory a few weeks ago and then it was proven wrong, but maybe Brad Bell's still going to do it. I would hope so. I think that would be pretty interesting. Liam leaves, and then we see how Hope feels about Thomas after he costs her marriage. But according to but you can't tell that to the Hope and Thomas fans because according to them, Hope wants to be with Thomas so badly now. Yeah, I don't see it anymore, people. We haven't even got any of those shitty flashbacks of Hope fantasizing about Thomas anymore. I think if they were still gonna do it, they would probably still promote those. Because if we all remember correctly, remember when Thomas was on and on about the whole I called CPS, they showed those flashbacks for like a month, for like the entire a month. I got so annoyed with those flashbacks. I'm like, can we please show something else? Those flashback was in so many episodes. So if this was something that they wanted you to care about, they would constantly keep showing it. But they haven't shown it in like a week. So I'm pretty sure that whole storyline's over. That was basically the storyline for the late March, early April. That was the storyline. Does Hope have feelings for Thomas? No, now the storyline is, does Leah think Hope has feelings for Thomas? So they're talking, and Steffi's like, I gotta go to work. I was like, thank God, no more of you two together. Please stop putting these people together unless they're talking about the daughter. Do not put them together for any other reason. That is the only reason these two should be on screen together. Because any other thing, I just think back to, man, these people could be so happy together. But they can't be. Oh well. So we cut back to RJ, Thomas, Hope, Brooke, Taylor, and Widge, and they're still basically having the same conversation. Widge is like, RJ, please become a designer. And Hope is just there with a dumbass look on her face. It's like say something here. Do you have nothing to add here? Good Lord. According to the Hope and Thomas fans, apparently you and Thomas have amazing chemistry together, which I don't see it. All I see is a woman clearly being emotionally manipulated by a man emotionally abused by a man for about 4 years. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? I have ADHD, so this kind of seemed like other people who I've met who've been emotionally abused. That kind of some of the way Hope is acting. But what do I know? So then we get a conversation between RJ and Thomas. RJ and Thomas. And well, this conversation is kind of like a dude talking to another dude and telling that dude, if you do anything stupid, I'm gonna kick your ass. Maybe not so much kick your ass, but I'm gonna stop you. Because RJ basically gave Thomas a warning here. Like, Thomas. Also, I love how RJ had to be the bigger man to go up to Thomas. Thomas couldn't go talk to his little brother. RJ had to be the man and go talk to Thomas. That's an interesting way to put it. I don't know why Thomas couldn't, walk over to RJ and go, hey, RJ, I would like to talk to you. Little bro. Don't know why RJ had to be the one to go talk to Thomas, but okay. Yeah, clearly Thomas is a man. So the conversation goes, and RJ's like, Thomas, just because I've been away for 5 years, just because I've been away for a while, actually you've been away for 5 years, doesn't mean that I haven't kept up with everything you have done to my mom and dad to ruin their marriage, everything you've done to my sister, everything you've done to your big sister. Also, you have 3 big sisters, RJ. Could you be more specific? I'm assuming you're talking about Hope, but perception is reality sometimes, and sometimes we have no idea who you're talking about. I just like things to be cleared out, honestly. But, I'm assuming he was talking about Hope because the other two, that would be weird. Because RJ's other 2 sisters, Thomas was related to by blood. So that would be weird. Both Steffi and Bridget, because Bridget is, Thomas's aunt? No, wait. Yeah. Yeah, Thomas is, no, wait. No, yeah. No, she's somehow related to Thomas because she's Eric's daughter, so I think that's his, cousin, aunt, something. I don't know. They're somehow related, I'm assuming. So they're talking, and they're talking about something, I'm assuming. So RJ is like, Thomas, I know what you've done to my family, and you better not do anything again. So basically, RJ gives Thomas a warning. And I guess it sort of ends nicely, because Thomas is like, I won't want to do that anymore. I don't want to cause harm to our family anymore. Because then they talk about how the boat have to live up to Widge's expectation, but RJ got stuck with Widge Jr. Also, no one basically, the whole last time RJ was on the show, no one ever called him Widge Jr. We all called him RJ. I've always called him RJ. I've always called him RJ. The only time I've ever said Widge Jr. is like if It's like if you're going, it's like it back then when he was back before he was on the show in 2015 and 2017. Would just if I was telling somebody about him and about his character, like the people who have never seen the show before, I say, yeah, this is RJ, and then the next question, what does that stand for? I'm like, oh, that stands for Wedge Forrester Jr. He's Wedge's son. Oh, okay, that's the only time I ever use that name. But I guess now he might be Wedge Jr., which I that should be fun. And then they get into a weirdo conversation about how they're so happy their mommies are now friends. I'm like, yeah, they had the shittiest friendship in the world. And Audrey's like, I gotta come see that for myself. I mean, I don't disagree with you. I mean, honestly, if someone told me that Brooke and Tay was friends, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. So then Taylor, Brooke, and Hope and all like, oh, what are you guys talking about? They're just talking about family things and how they have to live up to Wedge's amazing story. I love how Wedge has been built up so much now as like this great designer, but wasn't he like at one point in Paris for like a year, for like almost 2 years, from late 2012 to early 2014? During when Wick became CEO and Wick had his reign of terror. I'm sure you all remember that if you watched around that time. So other than so RJ and Thomas are like, we got to live up to his reputation, but RJ got stuck with his name. And if everybody has those stupid, dumb smiles on their face. Including Hope, which is just creepy. Because it's just creepy. It's just creepy, when Thomas says my blood and then Hope says her blood. It just make this all even creepier. Oh yeah, I didn't want to bring this up, but you know what? I'm going to. So right before Steffi leaves to go to work, I'm assuming, after she's talking to Liam, Steffi tell Liam, well, Hope and Thomas do have a kid together. No, they don't. They don't have a kid together. They have a fake son together. Get it right. They have a fake son together. A kid together would mean that Hope chose of her own free will, without being manipulated and told her daughter was dead, they would have a kid together. You and Liam have a kid together. You and Finn have a kid together. Wyatt and Hope have a son together. That's how it works. How many kids do you and Liam have, Steffi? Oh yeah, that's like 2. 1 son, 1 daughter. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I brought that up. Also, I heard Doug. I've also heard from my friend Mel that the little boy that played Doug with Henry something. I'm not good with people's name. I heard he broke his arm, so I would like to wish him all the well wishes. Hope he gets better soon. Because I got nothing against any of the people who played these characters. It's not their fault. Well, except for maybe Carter, because apparently Carter's actor Victor walks on the show, writes the show. So I don't know why his character is still an idiot, but So send your best well wishes to Henry something who plays Douglas. Hope he gets well soon from his broken arm. So then we get to the part of the episode that I really loved, because it was Wyatt Spencer, who is awesome. And one of the reason why I like Wyatt so much is because he's played by Darren Brooks, who, in case you didn't know, was Master Brady on Days. And well, even though he hasn't been Master Brady since 2008, 9 possibly, Master Brady is my all-time favorite Days of Our Lives character. Of all time. He's number 1. If you ever wonder who my favorite Days of Our Lives character is of all time, it's Matt Brady. Always has been. Literally, he was the first soap opera character I ever liked as soon as he came on the show. I don't know when that was, but as soon as he came on the show, he was literally my favorite character. And he has still been. So that's why I like Wyatt so much, because he basically pretty much looked the same and basically the same character. Well, some differences, but he's a great actor too, And I really love him and Liam's dynamic of 2 guys who are definitely brothers, who could definitely be brothers in real life. It's none of that, none of that annoying bullshit of, oh, I love you, we're so good, I love you. They clearly love each other as brothers, but they're not going to tell each other that every 5 seconds, like the Forrester crap, like the Forrester bullshit over there. Oh, I love you. Oh, I hate you. I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. No. You don't go around telling your siblings and brothers and cousins and all of them you love them all the time. That's weird. You don't even go around telling your aunts that every 5 minutes. You only do that to your kids. I mean, you should tell your mom you love her every single day, because I do. But other than that, and your father too. But other than that, you don't have to have a giant love fest. I don't hug my mom and dad every single time I see them. That's just weird. That's what I like about the dynamic. They come off as two brothers who are clearly brothers and love each other, but they can still mess with each other. Because Liam showed up and Wyatt goes, "Okay, where have you been? I've had to do the meeting by myself. You ain't getting no food. I ain't paying for your lunch. I'm paying for your lunch. You can just sit here and watch me eat. Cause where have you been? I had to do this meeting all by myself." And I'm like, this is great. Like, this is what I like, you know? Like, because eventually we get Wyatt talking to him about something, but we had a setup to it. We understand what Wyatt was doing beforehand. He was in a meeting that Liam should have been in that was apparently scheduled for weeks. Jeez, Liam, great time management. Great time management. I mean, sometimes I messed up on time. Like with this, like sometimes I mess up with time and I end up doing something and I end up going, oh crap, I gotta go somewhere. You know. So other than that, they're talking and Wyatt's like, so where have you been? Why did you miss the meeting? Liam's like, well, I was with Steffi. And I don't know why, but Wyatt had this look on his face. I swear to God, Liam, if you're gonna tell me what I think you're gonna tell me, please tell me we do not have to go through this bullshit again. But also, if so, let me know so I can go finally yell at Hope and finally go off on Hope for, leaving me after our son died. Because I am still upset about that. So Wyatt is like, so you were with Steffi? Why? Like, well, I was talking to her about Thomas. Oh, I was like, oh yeah, our favorite person. Oh yeah, our favorite person. Like, yeah. So apparently he's changed now. Wyatt's like, yeah, I'm sure he has. I just love their banter back and forth because they both come off as such great actors. And it's impossible not to like their scenes together because they're both very talented. I'm not saying any of these other people are not talented. It's just that they're talented and their characters don't annoy me every 5 seconds. So there wasn't much of that conversation. I mean, I don't know why it was so heavily put into the spoilers for today's episode when I saw the spoilers, and yet they had like a 5-minute conversation. I guess we're going to get more of it tomorrow. Honestly, I hope this kind of ends with Wyatt convincing Liam to leave. Honestly. Like if there's one person on this show who should be the reason Hope and Liam have their 2023 problems, let it be Wyatt. Let Wyatt finally get revenge on Hope for what she did to him when he first came on the show. I'm not just talking about the dead son. I'm talking about when she dated both him and Liam at the same time. I'm talking about the way how she ruined his chance to have a good, healthy relationship with his brother at the beginning. I'm talking about the time she married him in Paris because Ivy got pushed into a river and Liam was 5 minutes late. Okay, Ivy was pushed by Quinn, Wyatt's mom, but still. Does it change the fact that during that whole marriage she was still in love with Liam? And also during that whole marriage, she literally said, I wish my son was Liam. She literally said that. So let Wyatt be the one to separate Hope and Liam for 2023. And let Wyatt finally have his moment. Finally have his opportunity to just tell Hope the truth about him. Because that's what Wyatt needs to do. Wyatt just needs to completely just go off on Hope and go, you know what, Hope? You've treated me like crap. You've treated my brother like crap. You're treating Beth like crap right now by constantly still being Douglas's fake mom. You and Thomas' relationship is just creepy because you people used to technically be related and you share a brother. That makes it no better. That he told me and the rest of my family that my niece was dead for months. Oh, we have a dead son in case you forgot about him. That Hope kind of replaced with Douglas. She's like, that's what she literally said. This is my one and only chance to be a mom. Well, no, Hope, you've been a mom. It's just that you have a dead son. That's literally what it is. Okay? Don't know what you're going on about that, but okay. So, yeah. So maybe that's how this story is going to end. Maybe Wyatt is going to convince Liam that he needs to leave Hope. And we can get a scene of Wyatt. I did it. Because I would love that scene of just Wyatt's like, I ruined Hope's life, finally. And then eventually, of course, Liam comes back to Hope, eventually. And then I guess Wyatt probably goes, okay, fine. I just honestly wanted to break you two up again. I thought that would be fun. I just think that'd be so much fun to have Wyatt be the one to ruin them once again. And this time everybody can cheer Wyatt on because we're finally addressing the fact that him and Hope has a son together. and the fact that they used to be married. I think that would be good because I've heard Fro's coming back, so that should be fun. We haven't seen her in a while. She's apparently the person everybody blamed for the Beth situation, which I don't disagree with you there, but it's also Thomas's fault. But I guess I should talk about the end of this episode, which was one of the shittiest endings to a soap opera episode I've ever seen. And I once saw an episode in 2019. And I saw the episode in 2019 when Emma got murdered. And after that episode, I yelled like, well, this is bullshit. I said a lot of stuff that I cannot. I said a couple of stuff that I cannot say right here because I know this is a soap opera. But the reason I was so upset was because I thought it was stupid. That's why That's why sometimes I get a little upset with this because I think it's stupid. Because I mean, this is basically a comedy, but it's not a funny comedy. It's a stupid comedy, and you're laughing because most of this stuff is completely and utterly stupid. But getting to the end of this episode, I guess to the end of this episode, they're all talking, which is like, we have never all been here together. Like, yeah, you're not wrong. With your mom, with the two moms getting along, we have brothers, we have sisters, we have people who lied about other people's kids being dead. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, hold on. Before that, Steffi comes in and sees RJ, and Steffi has the same reaction everybody but Thomas did, and RJ. Oh my God, RJ! I'm like, why are they acting like RJ was dead or something? Like, I know you're happy to see your brother, but this is not like the first time you've ever seen him. Like, he's been dead for the past, 5 years. That time he was on the show was 2018. Before that, he was on the show for, 3 years? 15, 16, 17, and 18. He was on the show for 4 years. Four consecutive years before he went away to Europe, which I thought was boarding school, but apparently he just went to Europe. Which is what they do with everybody when they don't need it. Okay, he's off in Europe somewhere, and she's off in Europe. Oh, she's somewhere. Maybe the Dominican Republic, who knows. So Steffi has the same exact reaction as everybody else that they've apparently never seen RJ before. They had the exact same reaction I had to when my favorite college football team, the Clemson Tigers, won the national championship in 2016. I was jumping up and down like, yes! And if that doesn't tell you where I live, I don't know what else will. So yeah, the ending scene of this is Widge. Widge basically acting like one of my aunts one time when we was all together for Christmas one year and trying to get everybody to get a picture. We're like, everybody come together. My aunt was like, everybody come here. She yelled for my cousin Noah, her grandson Noah, to come back inside because he was jumping on a trampoline. She yelled for him to come back. And basically, Widge was basically the same minus the yelling. So Widge was, we've never all been together before. So let's get a family photo. He said, let's get a blended family photo. And I would like to, I think that kills the Thomas and Hope couple relationship right there. Those words from Widge. Because Widge said, everybody always says I have two families. Which I think could maybe be talking to the audience or maybe talking to them, I don't know. But everybody always say I have two families, and Widge is like, you know what? No, I don't have two families. I have one big, giant, blended family. So, explain this to me, Hope and Thomas fans. If they are a blended family, wouldn't that make it even more creepy for Hope and Thomas to get together or sleep together? Wouldn't that make it even more creepy? Since they're a blended family? Because he didn't say two separate families who all try to get along. He said blended family, which means two families coming together. Like every other show in every history. Like that TV show, The Brady Bunch. Which this is definitely not The Brady Bunch, but it's kind of the same concept with a blended family. So I guess that's Brad Bell's telling you, this is never going to happen, people. They might sleep together. I hope not, but they might sleep together, and that's as far as it's going to go, because then we're going to get 2 months of Hope crying like a baby about it. And, well, I mean, we've all seen Anna Noel. That woman can cry, honestly, so that should be interesting, I guess. That's as far as that's going to go with the whole blended family, reference. I don't know why Brad Bell would put that in there unless he's trying to tell everybody, hey, these people are not going to be a couple. They're still going to creepily somehow have Douglas because Brad Bell created a law out of his ass that apparently in LA 2 people can be co-parent with. Also, she never adopted Douglas. She's apparently just a co-parent with with Thomas. So she's never legally adopted him. Legally, by legal law, she is not his adopted mother. She is just a co-parent. She's basically just a guardian, and not even a legal guardian at this point. She never adopted Douglas. That's another problem I'm having. She never adopted Douglas. She is just somehow his fake mom. That's another reason why I say fake mom, because she never legally adopted him. That was never the case. Basically, she's just a guardian, basically, at this point. But okay. And plus, I think Caroline's coming back, so that's going to end that anyways. So then at the end, they take a shitty family photo. Which was like, Hope, you should be in it too. I don't think Hope wanted to be. Hope did not want to take this picture. And also, they put Hope and Thomas as far apart from each other as possible. Literally, there was multiple people in between them, so I'm sure that upset the Hope and Thomas fans. Or I'm sure they're gonna go, well, maybe they did that because they don't want to, because Brad Bell didn't want to show Hope queer attraction to Thomas. Yeah, Hope queer attraction to Thomas. When was the last time we saw those scenes exactly? Oh yeah, that's like I don't know, last Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Last Tuesday possibly. So a week ago from yesterday. So congratulations, people. Just that story has ended. Get away from it. It's move on from it. I'm not trying to be mean, but accept that it's over. I had to accept in 2018 that Liam and Steffi was never going to get back together. And boy, that wasn't fun, but I did it. I got over it eventually. So yeah, they took a shitty family photo. Audrey was smiling. Thomas just has the same blank, creepy, obsessive look on his face that he always has. And then the episode just ended. A thumbnail which I would not use because I don't know why. I don't know if this might be me, but I have stated multiple times that I have stated to myself multiple times that I will never ever put Thomas Forster in a thumbnail for no reason. Never. He will never be in a thumbnail for me. Unless somehow he miraculously becomes a better person. If they get him away from Hope, maybe. But until they do that, he will never be in a thumbnail. Never. I just wanted to make that clear. So if there's like a big episode where Thomas is like the main focus of it, no, even if Thomas and Hope did sleep together, that still wouldn't be the thumbnail, which I don't think would happen. But even if it did, I still wouldn't have a thumbnail of Thomas because I will never do that. I just wanted to put that out there. But other than that, not much else happened. That was pretty much the episode. What my takeaway from this episode? Wyatt should be on more often. Hopefully, Wyatt is going to be the one that tells Liam you need to leave Hope and see what happens. And if she sleeps with Thomas, dump her ass dump her ass, get sole custody of Beth, and leave. Also, then can I yell at her and tell her how horrible she was to me and my son? Sure, why not? I've heard that because Steffi's actress is pregnant in real life, her and Finn are going to have a baby for my good friend Mel, so that should be fun. What other than that? I know comedians coming on the show. Jamie Walker, somebody. I could not say that man's first name. I know his last name Walker, so that should be fun. I mean, there's not much else to say other than I don't think Hope and Thomas will ever be a couple on this show. So, Hope and Thomas fans, you kind of got to move on from that. Sorry, Darby 13. You kind of got to move on from that. But other than that, check out my first video date for WWE NXT Spring Breaking, my first ever WWE professional wrestling video. Check that out if you haven't already. Well, I don't know what else to say other than, this is always fun because I keep going up in viewers somehow. You guys like me. I don't know what I am, but everybody seems to like watching me, so thank you again for watching. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends maybe. Tell your friends that there's some dude who comes on here every day talking about soap operas if they're into that. And I'm going to end it here. Have a wonderful day, everybody.